So we have another opportunity to do a compressed version of My Life, My Practice. And I thought people would be interested in hearing about the life of Thai monks, especially monks who started very young in the robes. And these monks are what are called Dhammadutta monks. They're visiting from Thailand, and they will stay in Canada for periods of years. And they are here to bring Dhamma to the West, to the various countries, and they've been trained in specific ways. They require at least 10 years of training before they are sent off as these messengers of Dhamma. And what fascinates me is that they were all in the robes when they were young boys, and they themselves made this decision to enter the robes. And now, first of all, I'd just like to introduce them, let them introduce themselves and give their names, which, unless you're Thai, it may be a little awkward for you to understand, but I will ask them to just go in order and tell us your name.
My name is Prakru Prasit Sorakun, and the real is Nippon Thirapatto.
The real name is?
Yes, Nippon Thirapatto.
Okay, and?
พระมหาตีทวัตกิติโสพโน
So my name is Phat Mahanavin. The Pali name is Patthara Tanti Methi.
Right. So do you use your Pali names when you're talking to each other and the lay people talk to you? Do you use your Pali name, or do you use your given name, your earlier name?
Usually, most people in Thailand call me Prakru.
Prakru.
That's it.
And that's a title, isn't it?
Nippon. Ajahn
Nippon is the name.
Yes.
And Prakru is what? What does that mean?
Yes. Some gift to me. The Buddhist monk senior.
I see. That's the title. Is the title. And do you use your given name or
There's
Pali name?
given names. When the people became the monk, we call the Phat. There's the pronouns, the first pronoun, and when they have when they finish education of Bali language, they can pass the Bali level 3. We call the Phat Maha. Phat Maha is a big, and the Thai people the support about the education Bali for the monk, and they got they be the Phat Maha when the king, their support give the name Phat Maha for the monk.
Right.
When they pass the Bali.
So these are levels of acknowledgement, kind of like degrees at university, or even in the Catholic Church, where there'll be a priest and a bishop and an archbishop and etc. So these are levels acknowledging your accomplishments with study and so forth. Now, what's so interesting, and I think especially for the Western audience, is that you all came into the robes when you were 12. You were 12.
12.
You were 13. So he was 14.
บวชเมื่อ
13 and
14
years old. So these young fellows on their own asked their family if they could go off and become what we would call junior monks, seminaries or novices. And they missed teenage years in the running around, getting into trouble and so forth. Instead, they went into the robes. I did not miss the troubled teen period. I was a troubled teen getting into lots of trouble. Next life, I'm definitely getting in the robes by 12. Next time, 12. I'm in. If I can possibly not do a next life, I will pass on both of those things. But this is fascinating. In the West, I think that this was occasion in medieval Europe. Young boys went in to become monks. Still in Thailand, young fellows decide to become monks. Tell us a little bit about, so you decided on your own, you told your mother and father what?
ถามว่าบวชด้วยความคิดของตัวเอง
In English.
English
A little bit in English. And if you have any troubles, we'll
Yes,
translate.
I design my order and myself, and my mother and my father support. Yes.
Excellent. And
For me, when I 14 years old, the Thai tradition, when the school off, we have the child, they go to the temple, they wait for have the origin is a samanela, and then we have every year, and we decide my life, one day I will become the samanela for the make for my father.
yes.
And when after I became the novice, I think it's a best for me. It's my life. I like the quiet. The quiet. I have my teacher. He taught me about the Buddhism. And in my temple we have a school. It's a high school. Look like the high school. And mix the high school have about the Buddhism and the same the out school.
Yes.
And we learn and we liked it.
I see. So when they went to high school, they were allowed to go as novices, and they could learn whatever the high school teachings, math and so forth, but they also lived as novices under the rules. Now there's lots of strict rules for the novices, and it's quite a challenge for a young person to keep this discipline. And we're going to ask him in Thai, a little bit about his decision.
บวชตอนอายุ 13 ปี
He became a novice when he 13 years old.
13.
บวชเพื่อศึกษาเล่าเรียนทางพระปริยัติธรรมแผนกบาลีและแผนกสามัญ
And then after when became the novice, his temple, they have a teacher teach about the Buddhism, and they learn a lot in about the Buddhist, and same the school out.
Yes.
บวชเองหรือว่าพ่อแม่ให้บวชหรือยังไง
บวชเองเพื่อต้องการศึกษาเล่าเรียนพระธรรมวินัยของพระพุทธเจ้า
He thought about he think that one day he would like to become the monk. He believe he respect for the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and then he be the novice. He really liked it.
So now you have been a monk. Now you can't be a monk, a fully ordained bhikkhu, until you're 20. So they're going in. They're spending about 7 to 8 years as a novice before they even become a monk. And then they are given ordination as full monk, what we call a bhikkhu. And then now you've been a bhikkhu for how many years?
15 years past, and now
Yeah.
16.
So we record the years as rain seasons. So he's in the midst of his 16th rain, and you are in 14, 15 rains?
13 พรรษา
Sipsam. 13 pansa, 13 rains.
Yeah, and for me it's 11.
11 rains. So now they've been novices. So they have been in the robes mostly close to 20 years altogether. I've been in the robes for 29 years. But I started much later than they did. I was in my 30s by the time I was ordained. But it's fascinating do you think you missed anything as a teenager because you had to be a good boy and be a novice and behave yourself and not go running around on the streets and chasing the girls and all that stuff? Do you think you missed something?
Yes, when before I became the novice, I I think it's the some my light before I look like the my mother, my teacher, she told me, you the sometime you look like the novice guy. I mean, no, you look like the monkey guy. Look like monkey. You run away. You when the mother told something, you don't believe and you don't just do something. Don't follow the mother and the father.
Yes.
And when I became the monk, I think it's my life. Something is a change a little bit. When my friend, he's a school up and he visit me and they visit me and he talk about the teenager and he thought, oh, that's a good music, that's a good movie, there's some people, there's some friend, they have a boyfriend, have a girlfriend, and I think it's I confused. I would like one day I would like the same them. And I think it's this when I became novice and then I became a monk, I think it's the sometime they have a program too. And they have program and then go to the temple and they call me Luang Pi. Luang Pi is how to do happy when we broken heart. Yeah, and I think that's a problem for them.
Yeah.
I think it's the teenager that sometimes they have a problem when something with something, and I think my teacher every day after chanting, after morning chanting, after evening chanting, he have a Dhamma talk and talk with the novice, talk with the monk in the temple, and he thought, you look at your friend, some friend is some people come to the temple, all the people they have a tukha, and I think I really good luck, I really lucky when I became the monk, and I don't worry anything. That's I light my light.
Mm-hmm. So he said that they have dukkha. So this word dukkha means they suffer, they have suffering. So now you give advice to all of these people who are teenagers and married and so forth. Now you understand what you missed. Okay? So do you think you missed anything?
Sometimes we choose the life, but find this is a benefit, this is a loss. The first, I don't know what benefit. Ajahn and Kalyana Mitta gave to me. This is a benefit. We learn about benefit a little bit more.
And you use the word Kalyana Mitta, which means is spiritual friends. Now these young fellows had guidance from senior monks all the way along, and they were with their friends who were also novices and monks, and so they had they were surrounded by good friends, spiritual friends, and getting good advice as well. And now they can offer that back. They are sort of missionary monks, and they are talking to the Thai community who have moved out of Thailand, and also Westerners. So they have an opportunity to share some of the things they learned over those many years as young boys as well. So it's quite something to think about. The life of a novice, because it's a high discipline. Novices don't eat after noon, just like the monks. So you can imagine being 13 or 14 years old and skipping supper every day for 8 years. Teenagers like to eat and they like to sleep as well, but they have to get up very early in the morning, and they have a strict discipline with food and all of these things. So it's a shaping of the personality which we don't understand even in the West. We think that indulging in all these things makes you happy, but I'm not sure that it really does in the end. So now you're at, what's the name of your temple in Burnaby?
The name
Yeah.
พระครูประสิทธิ์สรคุณ
Where put up.
อ๋อพุทธปัญญานันทาราม Buddhist monastery
Yeah, and
BBM
how would we translate that in BBM?
Yeah,
So nice, that's easy for you. You might have missed that. So BBM, and that's in Burnaby, a suburb of Vancouver. What's the address there?
4796 Canada Way.
4796 Canada Way.
And you know, it's a mean for the BBM. The BBM, my teacher is Ajahn Sona. He is a head monk. He mixed the two names for the respect the two monks in Thailand, in southern in Thailand. The first name Puttha is mean Puttatat, and Panyanantaram is Panyananta is mean หลวงพ่อ Panyananta. We mix two names together.
Yes.
And Puttha Panyanantarama is Wat Puttha Panyanam. Wat Puttha Panyanantaram.
So there are two very well-known famous monks in Thailand who are the roots of this Dhammadutta, this messenger monks, missionary monks, and one of them is Ajahn Buddhadasa, and the other one is Ajahn Panya. And so their temple's name is mixture of Buddhadasa and Panya. So they're honoring these two. They were great monks, very non-traditional, and very interested in not just the local village or the local, even Thailand, but they were kind of cosmopolitan. They were citizens of the world and world-class thinkers, and they had a great interest in the benefits that Dhamma can bring quite outside of it. Dhamma, the teachings of the Buddha, are not something for a certain culture. They're not just Asian, they're human. They're a benefit for humans wherever they are on the earth. And so this is the idea, is to share this, not keep it all to ourselves. And so this is a very beautiful thing. So I just thought, as they were just visiting for just an overnight, that we would catch a little interview, because I know people are very interested in it. I'm interested in what it would have been like if I had been in the robes at 12. So anyway, one of the things you see is this very beautiful, kind of unmarked by life quality that you get when you take young men, put them into this spiritual environment, and they come out, there's a very beautiful quality to them. They're very friendly, and they have a different kind of feeling about them as well. So, and if you're interested in this, go and visit them at the Burnaby Vihara on Canada Way.
If you love this Dhamma, don't forget for subscribe.
Yeah.